Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video, and if you don't already know, the Raspberry Pi 4 is already out, you guys. Yep, I can't wait to get my hands on one of them and actually load Kali Linux on it. Now, in order to install that in the Raspberry Pi, it's basically no different than the Raspberry Pi 3, which pretty much you need to download the image from the Kali Linux site or the offensive security site, right? And remember, this is an ARM image. Now, like I said, it's no different than installing on the Raspberry Pi 3, and what you need is obviously the image file. Now, the Raspberry Pi 4 was released, I believe was a couple of weeks ago, and the Kali Linux image for the Raspberry Pi 4 was released a couple of days ago. I can't wait to get my hands on one of them and actually load Kali Linux. And imagine if we add some type of, wireless card. Like I said in my previous video, I need to invest in one of those wireless cards to actually do some wireless pen testing. The things that you need to install Kali Linux on a Raspberry Pi is the following. Obviously, you need the Raspberry Pi. In this case, it could be 2, 3, 4, whatever you have. It's the same process. Also, what you need to do is you need a power supply, which is pretty obvious. And the other one is an HDMI cable and an SD card. This could be an 8 gig up to 32 gigs. Now, what you need as well is a mouse and a keyboard. So first things first, we're going to the offensive security site and download the ARM image, you guys. Now, I'm going to leave the link down in the description to this site, and what you need to do is actually download the first option, which says Kali Linux Raspberry Pi 2, 3, and 4. Now, at the moment, they only have the 32-bit version, but I mean, the Raspberry Pi 4, as far as specs, it can go up to 4 gigabytes of RAM, and I believe the processor is even beefier than the predecessor, which is number 3, right? So I like to make another video as far as reviewing the Raspberry Pi 4, but at the moment I don't have one and I need to get my hands on one of them. So a review will be a follow-up on this video, and just stay tuned. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to smack that like button, enable notifications, and share this video with whoever you can, you guys. And I would really appreciate that. So once you download this image, what you need to do is you need to extract the image from this file. You can use the WinRAR, and I believe you can also use the 7-zip application as well. So whatever you have, all you need to do is just extract. And another piece of software that you actually need is going to be the Win32 disk imager, and that is a different site, and I'm going to leave the link down in the description for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and just quickly load that site so you can see what you need and make sure you don't download the wrong software. So the software is on the sourceforge.net, and it's the Win32 disk imager that I'm talking about, you guys. I'm going to leave the link down in the description, like I said. And once you have that, go ahead and install that. And what we're going to do next is actually extract the image using one of the applications to extract files and things like that. So once you locate the image that you downloaded from the offensive security website, what you need to do is actually right click, and if you have 7-zip, just go ahead and just click on that. It's going to give you an option to either extract the files or extract here. Since I'm going to extract to the same directory, I'm going to just click on extract here. Now, this process may take a couple of minutes, you guys, depending on the resources on your computer, and I'm going to pause this video, come back to you guys, so stay tuned. Okay, once we have the image extracted, what we need to do is install the Win32 disk imager application. So in this case, we're just going to go ahead and double click on that application. And once you get the installer here, all you need to do is just accept the agreement, click next, and this is totally up to you as where you want to install all the files for this application. I'm just going to go with the default, so I'm going to go ahead and click next. I'm going to go ahead and click next again, and optional if you want to create a desktop shortcut, and in my case, I'm not going to do that, so I'm going to click next. Lastly, I'm going to hit install, and this should take no more than 30 seconds, you guys. It should be pretty quick. At this point here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to uncheck this. I don't want to read that file or whatever, but I am going to keep the launch Win32 disk imager checkbox checked. So in this case, I'm going to click finish. Okay, you guys, this is the last step to actually install the image on your SD card. Now, make sure your SD card is actually plugged in, or otherwise this application is not going to recognize That is pretty obvious. So it's pretty straightforward, you guys. All you need to do is just basically select the image here. Once you locate your image, just basically select the file. And what you're going to do is just hit open. And over to your right of this application here, or this window, you're going to select the device that contains that SD card. Now in this case I don't have an SD card, but at this point it's pretty straightforward, you guys. So all you do is just select your device and basically just hit the write button down here, and that's going to write the data. And once it's done, we're pretty much ready to go to insert this SD card into the Raspberry Pi, and if everything was good, it should boot up into the Kali Linux image. Now again, you guys, this is going to be the part 1. I'm going to get a hold of that Raspberry Pi 4 to actually load this Kali Linux, you guys. That is it for now. That is it for today. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to also enable those notifications if you want to get alerted on the next video and you don't want to miss any. Trust me. So again, you guys, thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Thank you.